W's and L's, the weekly recap show where we give a dub to the things that we do like and an L to the things that we don't. It is on you.
All right. Let's get... let's do a dub. Dub. I'm going to give my dub out this week to... You ready to be surprised?
You're giving a dub?
Yeah.
Okay.
To She-Hulk.
Wow. I'm a little surprised.
You know why?
Why is that?
Because She-Hulk teased Mephisto this week in this episode, or last episode, was it? Whatever episode it was when when Madison was talking. Was that last episode? Was that 4? I haven't been keeping up. I might have missed one.
I haven't been keeping up either.
It was the episode with Wong. He was in there, I guess, and Donnie Blaze. It wasn't the episode's not all that important, but the tease, the Easter eggs in there. Madison sold her soul to some goat-like demon, right? Gave him a couple drops of blood. It sounds very demonish, very devilish. Sounds like a Mephisto tease.
Could that be a pump fake?
It absolutely could be. It could be a huge Ralph Boner. Absolutely. Because Marvel has become more interested, or let me not say Marvel. I need to be more specific when I say Marvel. The creators that are being hired to work at Marvel these days seem more interested in trolling or gotchas or switcheroos than they do just delivering the things that people are actually asking for. So it absolutely could be another red herring. But, this is the most confirmation we've got of that person even existing in the MCU so far. So I'll take the Easter egg for sure. She-Hulk continues to be the show of cameos. It is literally only when there's somebody else in it. First L is going out to the contract negotiations that HBCUs, specifically the SWAC schools, get for playing Power 5 schools. Now, there have been a bunch of huge upsets this season with FCS schools, mid-major schools, Sunbelt schools, stuff like that, beating major Power 5 teams, right? And they've gotten paid very handsomely to do it. I believe Appalachian State got about $2 million.
Sounds about right.
To go beat Texas A&M.
Mm-hmm.
Or, on a bad day, go get drugged, but at least you're going home with a check, right?
Yeah.
Compare that to what SWAC schools are getting, like FAMU or Grambling. What they're getting for going out and getting skull drugged by Alabama or Georgia. $500,000, $600,000.
The disrespect.
And if you're going somewhere, if you're going out west to like the Pac, then you probably spend that on plane travel.
Oh, yeah.
I watched a video of Deion Sanders, and he was talking about that, and he was like, we need to set a floor. I can't go in to Tuscaloosa and Nick Saban and say, okay, give me $2 million and we'll come up here and play y'all early in the season. I can't say that if you're going to go up there and do it for $500,000.
Mm-hmm.
We need to set a floor. We need to say, listen, you're not going to pay us below $800,000 to come up here and get this whooping. Because you're paying Hawaii, you're paying, Colorado State, you're paying Idaho State, Montana, South Dakota State, Idaho Western Tech. You paying all these teams out here all this money to come out here and get destroyed, but the HBCUs are getting half that.
It just goes down to the respect that's being given to said HBCUs.
And I believe it's starting to change. You got obviously you got Coach Sanders, Coach Prime, you got
Eddie George.
Eddie George is in the SWAC now. You got Hugh Jackson at Grambling. I forgot FAMU's coach. He's a guy too. They've got star power in their coaching ranks now, and so I believe that's going to start to change. But they all got to get on one accord with this money thing, because another thing that does is that I feel like when you start talking about putting yourselves in other conferences, like if the SWAC was ever to be disbanded and moved into other conferences, now you putting yourself okay. Look at Appalachian State, right? Mm-hmm. Appalachian State obviously did what they did against Michigan early on, right? And they've been getting all these checks ever since. Now they're FCS team, or FBS team. Excuse me, they're FBS team. So they were able to build upon that reputation by getting paid to get beat. but then getting some dubs every now and again. You have to put yourself at that same level. You have to consider yourself at that same rate if you want to take that same path. I guess is what I was getting at.
Oh yeah, no, for sure. I agree with that.
Man. Okay, Lakers. Okay.
All right, let me go ahead and take that off my list.
All right. Like at this point, it's just a joke. Like I feel like it's just like April Fool's early.
That is bad.
It's April
for
Fool's
both
early.
parties.
Dennis Schroeder signs a vet minimum contract with the Lakers. I cannot even fathom that I'm saying those words. Dennis Schroeder was set to make $84 million with the Lakers over 4 years, and he declined it. And we all laughed at him until we had to sign him back for a veteran minimum contract. So still an L for him, but like it feels nasty on our side. It feels like there is no idea of what we're going to do in that front office right now, which feels terrible.
And now you guys have 3 point guards.
Like, what the fuck? What?
None of them are really good options.
You traded away THT. You have Patrick Beverly. You have Russell Westbrook. Kendrick Nunn, which I don't even know if he's played basketball in the last 2 years at all. And then Dennis Schroeder? What the fuck is this? The undersized guards led by Russell Westbrook? Westbrook and his little bros? The fuck? I will say Schroeder played his best basketball, I would say, backing up Russell Westbrook in Oklahoma City. But if Russell Westbrook is still on this fucking team? So I said I wasn't going to watch with Russell and Patrick Beverly. I don't even know what to do if Beverly, Westbrook, and Schroeder are all on his team at the same time. I don't. My head is hurting.
Like, how much further can you go into this boycott?
Fam, the Lakers are depressing me right now.
That's pretty bad.
The Lakers are depressing me.
Yeah.
I have more confidence in the Cavaliers than I have in the Lakers at this moment.
Which is a little wild. But, hey, I feel you.
Jesus Christ. My next L is going out to Mr. Don Lemon, who is getting downgraded from his primetime spot to a collaborative morning show now. So he's losing the 8 o'clock slot on CNN. And now he's not even he doesn't even have his own show. He's going to be working with an ensemble cast for a morning show.
But why?
Apparently, because I didn't even know this, you know Warner Brothers Discovery bought CNN? I thought that was a Disney property.
I didn't think it was Disney, but
I thought CNN was one of those channels that Disney
I wouldn't
owned.
have thought Warner Brothers.
But yeah, Warner Brothers now. So it's the same guy, Zaslav, he's trying to do the anti-woke shit. Yeah. So let me say this. I have no love lost for Don Lemon, and I don't think his ratings dictated him maintaining that spot.
Sure.
So it kind of is what it is in that regard. But your boy Zaslav is trying to send a message, and I just wonder how the American people will either rebuke it or settle into it. Because the demographic that he's going after is middle-aged, middle America. That is who he wants to appeal to. Obviously, Don, you don't fit the likening of that. You're man, you're black, you're gay. That is not what, Jane and Robert want to see there in Wisconsin as they're trying to see what's going on across the country. Or at least that's what Zaslav thinks. So I'm just interested to see what this whole his mantra, right? The anti-woke push, the resetting of the the DC universe. What he's doing with his network news channel now. This is going to be a very interesting case study, because I would like to think, at least socially, America is very liberal. Even if you talk to some conservatives, a lot of the social beliefs kind of get exacerbated in politics and media and stuff like that. But for the most part, it's a pretty liberal to moderate place.
I'd say moderate more so.
But to suggest that you're going to kind of push a conservative ideology, which even conservative policy making is unpopular. So how conservative entertainment is going to be any more popular? I don't see how that's going to work. But it'll be an interesting case study to see how all of this shakes out.
Yeah. No, it feels like what America watches on TV is much more.
It's much more liberal, right?
So that's where it's like what?
Give me the conservative angle that's popular from any movie, television show. You know what I mean? That's insanely popular. The one place that they have a saving grace is YouTube and podcast.
Yeah, I was gonna say Joe Rogan is like
that. That's where they get their bread buttered. Jesus Christ. Because people can espouse their ugly side in secret.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like nobody's lining up to go to the movies to see the Confederate flag movie, but you bet that motherfucker will get 1 million views on YouTube. It's just how people operate. So Zaslav is kind of forcing people to wear their conservatism outwardly, which is against their nature inherently. Mm-hmm. Most of the nasty stuff that you see coming out of conservative circles is done behind keyboards.
Yeah.
The politicians get the birth to do it in front of crowds of people, but and then if you have the sanctity of your rallies and things of that nature, but people ask Gina Carano how well her movie did. You know what I mean? Nobody's breaking down the door to see that shit. So we'll see. We shall see. All right, so my toss up. Letitia Wright was on the Ringerverse podcast, I believe, with Van Lathan, promoting her newest movie. Was it Twin Sisters or
Sister something?
Something like that. But she has a new movie out. She was on there promoting that, and then obviously Van Lathan, being a RecastTChalla supporter, did ask her about Black Panther 2 and the production.
The Silent Twins.
Silent Twins. There you go. Twin Sisters. Silent Twins. So he did ask her about Black Panther 2 and what she felt about basically, RecastTChalla and the people who didn't want to see the character die. To which she proceeded to give us a bunch of word salad that amounted to pretty much the same sentiment that we've heard from Ryan and Nate and Kevin and anyone else that's been asked this question. I hear you. I understand. And that, basically I get where you're coming from, but we did what we felt was the best. Hope you like it.
It was so jarring and hurtful to wake up that morning and see that we had lost Chadwick Boseman. Mm-hmm. And part of me is afraid to go to the film and have to go through that again. Like, it's actually giving me chills right now. What do you say to people who didn't want to see the character die, that wanted to see the character either recast or moved on to save themselves that pain or to keep the story of T'Challa going forward? What do you say to people?
Man, that's a very good question. It's hard because, I understand, as an artist, you have to be empathetic to what everybody's experience is, with a story. And I understand how invested so many people are. It's hard for the outside world to understand what's happening for us as a team, because we are also grieving. So we are, as a team, trying to bring you something that honors him, because what we can't do is put it under the carpet. We can't just forget Chadwick Boseman. We cannot, and we as a team are trying our best to bring you something that is honorable, something that helps you to join us and the Wakandan family on this journey of respecting his life, because he did those films with all that he had going on.
Man,
and and there's honor in that.
Yeah.
There is respect in that, and one reason why we chose to continue doing the film is because like Ryan felt very strongly that Chad was just like, bro, like you have to carry on, like you have to put this thing together and go out there and do it. So I would say to you to not be scared. We are very sensitive about how our audience members feel. We are with you guys. We are in pain with you guys, but at the same time, we want to bring you guys something that's honorable to our brother, something that's entertaining, and something that could leave a legacy to add on to his legacy. And I hope you enjoy it.
Yeah, she didn't give anything.
I will say that she did show me how unprepared or how just unskilled Nate Moore is at working a room, because I'm far less offended and I don't feel disrespected at all by her response. You know? Like I can almost take it as an honest take if I haven't already heard it out of like 17 other people's mouths.
Is she not in interviews more often than Nate Moore?
Oh, sure. She's literally an actor. So, but within that arena, in terms of answering questions from journalists,
you should probably be a little.
Come on, man. You've been on enough red carpets. Yeah. You've been media trained, I'm sure. Mm-hmm. She gave a much better response than Nate Moore gave.
Yeah.
But it was the same gist. It was, hey, I understand, I agree, we're there with you, I feel your pain with you. We just wanted to do our best to, honor Chadwick. Yeah, you're not answering the question, and I respect Van. I do. I respect him for continuing to bring this up at every opportunity he has with anybody who's been involved with this production. I respect that guy so much for this. But we could do so much better if we did not automatically defer to the idea of them being too grief-stricken to address the fact that you are saying that killing the character is what you're doing to honor Chadwick Boseman. Push back on it. Okay, you wanted to do something that honored him. Did you not think that there was any other way to honor him other than killing his character off? Was that never a consideration? How did you land on this being the best option? What other options were there? Was there a scenario where you honored Chadwick Boseman and this character didn't die? It's just a follow-up question. Just follow up. Because we cannot keep, guys, we will be going into the third year that Chadwick Boseman hasn't been with us. At what point is it not going to be an acceptable answer? I'm too sad, or I was too grief-stricken to do the work. And then what's more important, the story that we're left with or your comfortability doing it? You're an actor. So I don't know, man. I feel like it's done purposefully, although you probably have gotten some honest takes out of some of the cast. But their positioning of their emotions and their grief at the forefront of anything that any question that comes up about how they handled this it's a bit manipulative. It is. Because now for me to actually call that into question, I have to call the legitimacy of the grief to question. And that shouldn't be, I shouldn't have to do that. Because the question I'm asking you, with all due respect to Letitia and anybody else that's spoken on Chad, with all due respect, I didn't ask you about Chadwick Boseman. I asked you about the movie and the character, which are two separate things. This dissonance, right? This idea that you have to link T'Challa and Chadwick Boseman permanently, forever, absolutely, is ridiculous. It's nonsensical. So I wish we could have somebody follow up on that specific point, because you can be grief-stricken and want to do something to honor him without trying to make him the fictional character, without trying to make T'Challa meet an end the same way Chadwick Boseman did. That just doesn't add up.
Especially when Chadwick Boseman didn't want to be exclusively linked to the character. He never wanted that.
Yeah. I don't know. It didn't really feel like we got anything out of that than what we've already heard.
Yeah.
Wasn't anything new. The don't be worried thing. I was like, oh, what do you mean don't be worried?
You give me a lot of reasons to be
What
worried.
does that mean? Yeah, what do you mean? Like that sounds like to me like she knows that there's anxiety around this movie coming out. They probably have a bit of anxiety around it coming out. So she's projecting that outward like, "Oh no, it's going to be okay, don't worry." Who are you trying to convince? Is that how you promote a movie? Don't worry? That's your advertisement for the movie? Don't worry, it's not going to be that bad. We'll get through it. We'll be there together to get through it. What kind of Marvel film is this?
That just reminds me of when somebody asked Brie Larson, like, "Oh, you're going to be in the next Captain Marvel movie?" And she's like, "If you guys want me to be in it, I don't know."
Who you play Captain Marvel for?
I don't know. Does anyone want me to do it again?
Don't be so modest.
I don't know. I really don't know.
Like, why do you answer the question like that? It's not how you answer that question at all.
Man, because Brie Larson has she has a hate hive, and she's probably tired of dealing with those guys. I don't hate Brie Larson. I just don't think Captain Marvel the movie was all that great. But her as an actor, I don't have no problems with her.
I just think how charismatic she is hilarious. Like, she's just not. She just goes into situations and she just fumbles her way through them awkwardly. I think
when she has to play a charismatic character, right? She's better playing drier characters.
Because she herself is not very
she's kind of dry. Yeah, she's not.
Yeah, she's
I mean,
dry.
she's outgoing, I guess. She's an actor, but like she's not.
She's awkward.
She's Kirsten Stewart with a bit more facial expression. Like, she's able to change emotions. I can tell her sad face from her happy face.
Yeah.
But she's still just very dry in her delivery.
Yeah. And I think because there's a little bit more, like, different emotions in her face, you think she should come off a little bit more charismatically, but she doesn't. She just doesn't.
I don't know.
But it's funny. It's always good times to see
her.
Well,
and then the Carol Danvers character is meant to be a little cocky, but it's just like, when she's trying to be her, her arrogant self, I guess, it just comes off a little weird because
it's arrogance without any charisma. It's just like, oh, okay, thanks for being an asshole. Thanks for saving me, but thanks for also being an asshole about it.
Chillmonger won't like this one.
He won't. But it's just funny. Like, I don't hate her either. She's just funny.
Yeah, I have no beef with Brie Larson. Like, she can play Captain Marvel as long as she wants to. I just didn't think the first movie was all right.
You guys even want me to be in the next Captain Marvel? I don't know. Like, just, stop doing that, and you'll be fine.
Oh,
anyway,
man.
Is that it for you?
Yes, that is it for me. You are up.
All right. Let's go with my one dub. Kind of coincides with your L for the HBCUs a little bit because it's HBCU talk.
Okay.
Okay, so Jackson State just won again, and I'm pretty sure Deion Sanders' kid quarterback son is fucking whooping ass out there. By the way, has nothing to do with what I'm talking about, but paper route. So Key Glock and some of the other guys from Dolph's label, because Jackson State listens to a lot of Dolph during practices and stuff like that, pulled up and gifted Deion Sanders with a ring that says like Paper Route Empire on it.
What?
Yeah. And then they just kind of had this like cool little moment with each other where, Deion Sanders hugged some of the guys from Paper Route and stuff like that. And he's just like, yeah, we play Dolph's music all the time. And so, you guys are always good here. And I don't know. It just felt good.
Coach, what's up, y'all? First thing first, gang. Y'all played a hell of a game this first. But Coach, this is a gift from Dolph, from me and Trey and the rest of the Paper Route family. Just want you to continue winning, not just in the game. Continue winning, lock in the win. He don't open up gifts. This special right here. What you think is right now? You don't need that? Wow. Hey, man. Back up. Hey, man. No. Lord got some. Got these made. Too hard. Be quiet, fellas. It's legendary, man. We Paper Route Empire, man. It's family. We got some for you. Straight the truth. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Hey, we want to thank y'all. We appreciate y'all. They play music every day at practice. Y'all know that. Y'all are heavy on the rotation in practice. So y'all keep it going, man. Let's go. Yeah, keep the Empire going, baby. I'm proud of y'all. Thank you so much. Awesome, man. Awesome. Turn that music on.
Good little feeling moment. Yeah.
It's got to help in recruiting.
Yes.
Got to help in recruiting.
Yes. Quite a bit so.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Travis Hunter got there without any of that. And so this is just, but, we'll see. All right. On to the couple of L's that I have this week. This one is fresh, hot, new, happening right now. I'm giving an L to Tory Lanez and August Alsina.
Okay. Do tell.
Apparently, Tory Lanez snuck August Alsina.
What?
But it was pretty fucking bad. There's pictures that August himself decided to bring to the forefront.
Oh, no.
Of busted lip and gashes on his elbow and all sorts of shit.
By Tory Lanez. Yo, let me find out Tory Lanez is just a terror out here, yo.
Yeah.
Like, he really just out here doing niggas like that? Yo, no, he's this tall? Never.
It's worse than that.
It looks like did somebody take this picture of him while he was sitting like this, or did he pose for this?
I don't know. I feel like he posed for it, but I can't confirm. I can't confirm that.
Why your do-rag on like that? Look like a vampire.
And then that's the long ass calls Tory a 4'11".
I'm gonna read it as August. As I'm excited, as I'm exiting the building after the show last night, a 4'11" sized leprechaun ran down on me with 8 oversized security niggas with the X, whom I greeted each individually upon their walk up as they tried to press me. Whole time, I'm 1 deep. No security. Tory continues to ask with a broken ego why I didn't dap him up. I go on to tell him I was a fan of him and didn't understand him speaking on my business publicly in the past because I don't know him or ever met him until last night. So when we spoke, it caught me off guard because of his past actions. I assumed he didn't like me. That's all. Not to mention with my history of health and condition. With my history of health and condition.
Your history of
no, that's literally what it. Yeah. With my history of health and condition.
With his condition. And his history of health.
Yeah. Just recently overcoming being paralyzed, my doctor directed me not to compromise my health while out on the road and shake as less hands as possible due to corona and monkeypox. So your doctor told you to have as little exposure with people as you possibly could, and you caught an ass whooping. You should have ran, fam. You should have ran, fam. You should have ran. Never any disrespect. Words were exchanged, so I was a bit confused at how somehow he turned himself up with anger after hitting a blunt laced with cocaine, obviously.
For sure. Tory definitely did that.
Nice dig. Nice dig there, August.
Tory definitely did that.
I heard a fizzle.
That's crazy.
Hey, if you know, you know. That shit is nuts.
But that is definitely true.
I heard a sizzle.
Definitely true. Definitely.
Oh my God. He snuck me when I turned my head and moved to the side amongst all his nasty moving, and to keep an eye on the endless niggas that was with him surrounded me, which was security, some niggas with a gun tucked, whom they proceeded to run behind and hide and run back in the building. There was never a fight, simply an assault. Dude has no real friends and is on a... you got it. On a something.
Yeah. No, it's a really long thing.
Okay. That explains why he was so eager to start the fisticuffs. It seems like he had a large... August, where your niggas at?
I don't...
You just pull up by yourself?
Maybe.
Damn.
Maybe. But I do feel weird about him rolling up one deep. Everything he said about Tory, I believe.
Well, yeah, no, I do.
Him pulling up 8 deep, and if August was 1 deep, I believe all of that.
My thing is, why, if okay, so you clearly seen, because you gave me all the numbers, you seen what everybody was doing, you seen all the players. Like, why choose right then to press him about some shit that was said about you? Or
which a lot of people talked about said incident. If he's talking about...
I'm saying, like, you clearly seen what the setup was.
Yeah.
If you 1 deep, it just didn't sound like the best time to press him over anything.
Yeah, but August no bitch.
It sounds like he got punched and took some pictures.
No, that shit is crazy. I don't understand that.
It sounds like he got punched and take some pictures.
You got
he said there was no fight.
You got socked out and ran to Instagram. What are we doing?
Yeah, man, this is weird beef. I don't know whose side to take in this.
But I will say, I've been hearing about this, and people are all like, oh, R&B niggas are the tough ones, not the rap guys. It's been that way, fam. It's literally been that way for years. Literally, like, the thugs are the R&B
artists.
Chris Brown and Frank Ocean, scrapped. You know what I mean?
Chris Brown
like,
and Drake.
Like, the thugs are the R&B niggas, and the rap niggas are just for show. Like, they not about to do shit. And what's even better,
you don't really see rapper fights. You really don't.
What's even better is that they actually throw hands. They don't shoot. They throw hands.
I can't remember the last time I seen a rapper in a fight. Like fisticuffs.
I remember Nipsey smacked a nigga at the BET Awards. The victory slap.
But I've never seen 2 rappers actually duking it out.
Oh, well, 50 and Ja Rule did.
Did we see that?
No. There's no video of it, but there's a lot of players who
said they were present.
No, so a lot of people said it definitely happened. Not anything recent. Oh, J. Cole and Diddy. That happened.
You know what?
That apparently happened.
Didn't I hype that up?
When the album came out?
Yeah, he smacked the shit out of Diddy. He told him to shut the fuck up.
I don't know if he said.
And then he stomped him out.
But they definitely.
And then he took Cassie upstairs, hit her on the balcony while he was looking at Diddy on the ground.
Oh, and so that's why he left Cassie and went with Carisha.
Yep.
And now they go together real bad.
Real bad. Tired of her.
Well, apparently her podcast now is just her lusting over different female rappers.
I think she had Sweetie on there the other day and was just asking her a whole bunch of provocative. Come on, man, do something else with Revolt. Come on, man. We got a black network. Like, do something with that. Tell your girlfriend that we about to put her podcast on hold for a season or so and get some real content in there. God damn.
Yeah.
Like, put something real on Revolt to give me something to watch.
Literally everything has been provocative from that. Kevin Gates, Diddy, and then she did one with JT and Santana, and then Meg, and then Sweetie.
Like, fam, hire a top-notch director, top-notch showrunner, give them a decent budget, and let them create a program on Revolt that's going to drive people to that channel.
You know what?
Carisha's podcast is not it.
You know what I hate most about Carisha's podcast is how many people are like interested in Carisha's journalism. If I've seen the word journalism thrown around about
because
Carisha,
she asked everybody who they fucking.
She's not a journalist.
Come on. That's not the bar for good journalism, people.
It's awful. Stop. What we do is more journalism than that. Anyway, another L for Rockstar Games. Super early footage of Grand Theft Auto 6 has been leaked. Oh. Which probably means that it's going to cause a delay because they're going to be worrying about solving all the leaks coming out. Apparently, some hacker still has
think
more
they are Marvel.
They're up there as a entertainment company.
The Marvel of video games.
Oh, easily.
I'm not. I like Uncharted, so no, that's Naughty Dog, isn't it?
Yeah, it's Naughty Dog.
Rockstar is
Grand Theft Auto, Red Dead Redemption.
Oh, Red Dead. Okay.
Yeah. They used to do Max Payne. There's a couple other games too. Bully.
I remember that fucking game.
Bully was a fire game. They need to make 2. I guess they were going to work on 2 after Red Dead Redemption 2, but I guess it's Grand Theft Auto 6.
If Bully is going to slow me down from getting Red Dead 3, then let's fuck Bully.
No, bro. I definitely want Bully 2 after Grand Theft Auto 6.
Come on.
Just me speaking. I guess my last L is going to Jimmy Kimmel for ruining Quinta Brunson's
Emmy acceptance. Yeah, man.
Yeah, that was fucking trash.
I first of all, let me say I'm glad he apologized and that we didn't have to get all over his ass to make him do it.
They kind of did get all over his ass.
What is up with? Well, I don't think it really had to get into, cancel Jimmy Kimmel
he
status.
Still has a job, which he probably shouldn't because of the whole blackface Karl Malone thing. But whatever. Neither here nor there.
It is not a good. It's not a good year for black women in award shows.
Yeah. Yep.
It's just not.
Yep.
It's not a great year.
1,000%.
At all.
Even when Quinta Brunson is winning fucking everything at this award show for Abbott Elementary, still can't catch a break.
Like, damn, bro, you just gonna step all over her acceptance, huh? Trying to be funny.
And being terrible at being funny.
You really
Get the fuck off the stage.
Really Amy Schumer the situation there, Jimmy. You
easily
have a bit more tact.
Yikes. I think that's all I got. I kind of wanted to mention something about Robert Sarver, but
another racist team owner.
Yeah.
Now I do think it's interesting that they decided to only suspend him for a year because they didn't have enough evidence. Fam, y'all had a phone call from Donald Sterling, and y'all already knew he was racist. You knew, everybody in the league knew it. It was a league-wide fact. You expect me to think that Robert Sarver is any different?
No.
The niggas need a nigga to coach them.
What?
You have an eyewitness to that one, so what else? What other evidence do you need? I don't know, Adam Silver. You looking a little oppy here, man. I'm gonna have to keep my eye on you.
For sure.
A little sus for this one,
but not as bad as Brett Favre or Karl Malone or Richard.
No. Brett Favre is in hot shit.
Or even Tom Brady. Tom Brady's losing his divorce because he wants to stay.
Hot doo-doo. Is he actually getting a divorce?
From what I hear, it's pretty bad.
Fam, but like, why, fam? You just don't have anything else to gain. You have everything to lose and nothing else to gain.
At this point, he's just watching Mike Evans push niggas over. Did you see that clip?
Yeah, he got 2 big-ass receivers. He got Mike Williams and Julio.
Yeah.
But still, fam, like, you've won enough. Winning another one is not going to do anything for your career. But it might lose you your wife and kids.
Which is crazy.
So it's like
that you're just so okay with it. Like, ugh.
Don't be Brett. Clearly, Brett Favre is a piece of shit. Do not be him.
Ugh. Yikes.
I guess we'll see, man. Give us your dubs and L's for this week. Also, tell us what you thought about ours. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. And come back next Wednesday for another dubs and L's segment.
And make sure you check out our previous dubs and L's in the playlist above. And make sure you subscribe. Like he said, we like to do this every Wednesday at 10 o'clock.